Have you ever thought about a seed? Good seeds are little things that, if planted at the right time, the right place, and are tended to, become huge blessings down the road. Whatever seeds you're sowing today, seeds for your future, for your family, for your faith, or for actual food, you're at the right place. Welcome to the Sowing Seed Podcast. Now, here's your host who cares about your business, not your busyness, Matt Miller.
It's 7:13 a.m. and I'm on Interstate 20 in Central Texas between EIEIO and the Midland, Odessa area. It's about a 4-hour drive or so that I now make about once every 5 to 6 weeks. My company, School Spirit Vending, years ago, I started working with the schools out in the Midland, Odessa area, and have about 33 or 23 or so schools that I work with out here. For the last 6 years or so, I've had route people that have done the work. That's been a huge blessing just because I've been able to spend more time on upper level things in managing and working with the entire franchise team that we have instead of some of the day-to-day stuff. But I wanted to get back in the game. I wanted to reestablish relationships with some of my schools and kind of get my head back in the game again. So since we're in a transition, because my last route person, Haley, has gone off to nursing school, I decided to step in for a few months and have really enjoyed that process. One of the serendipities, though, that I never even thought of when I made this decision was the time in the car, the windshield time that I had in the past, which I now have some of. You see, I was taught years and years and years ago to turn my car into a traveling university and to take advantage of the time behind the wheel to be learning and growing and associating with people who had knowledge and understanding and wisdom on topics that I didn't or that I needed to benefit or learn from. Used to do it years ago on CD and before that cassette tape. Of course, today with smartphones and podcasts and Audible and audiobooks, we literally have access to anything that we could possibly think of topically at the touch of a button, most of which is completely free. And so I've been spending a lot of time while on the road and while mowing the lawn. We've got about 6 acres that we take care of on a regular basis, converting that time into traveling university time and listening. Man, what a blessing it has been to have that time and to be able to study passively while on the road. If you've got time like that, I would encourage you to start utilizing it in the same way. I used to be a talk radio and music junkie. I still listen to some talk radio. I still listen to some music on Spotify. But I've turned more and more of my time into listening and education because there is so much I have yet to learn. And what better way to do it than in the car, on the road, in time that would otherwise be completely wasted. Now, some of you might be saying, well, Matt, I don't have that kind of time. I get it. But that doesn't mean you can't turn your lawn mowing time or the time when you're doing chores around the house or the time when you're working out or even, short 10 and 15 minute spurts when you're running errands and turn that time into traveling university time. One of the reasons why the Sowing Seed podcast episodes are, 10 minutes or less, and in many cases 5 or so, is because our goal has been to keep the content short and to the point so that you can fit it in short snippets each and every episode. Now, some of you might be saying, well, Matt, I've got young kids and they're always in the car with me or whatever, and so we're always listening to stuff that they want to listen to. I would challenge you on that. I realize there are times where they need to be entertained, but if you want my opinion, we're hyper entertaining our kids today, and it's good for them to listen to some of the stuff that mom and dad want to listen to, even though they might put up a fight and maybe not be really happy about it. The reality is that they're learning and they're associating through that content as well, whether they realize it at the time or not. So don't let your kids be your excuse. Let them be a reason. And at least part of the time, make them understand that mommy and daddy time and what mom and dad want to listen to is going to happen, not just what they want to listen to. So anyway, just some thoughts from the road en route to Midland, Odessa, Texas on an early October 31st morning. Hope this helps, guys.
Thank you for listening to the Sowing Seed Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a 5-star review in iTunes or your podcast player of choice. So until next time, go plant the seed you need to succeed.